spring game. I think you said something effective. James is getting ready to show the world. A few months later, would he show the world again?
I just call it a prophecy being fulfilled. I mean, I knew that since this guy freshman year out there on scout team making plays that a fifth-year senior E.J. Manuel was making throws like that, and I just said to myself, this guy's going to be special. As you seen tonight, he did pretty great for it being the first game.
Did you catch yourself stealing glances at him when he was on the field?
Oh yeah, he's definitely a guy you got to keep an eye on because I mean you just decided to see him just as the world is because you know he's a new starter and you see him doing great things in practice and you want to see how he play under the lights. You got to still step up for this organization and he did well.
Marcus, a lot of people who watched him for the first time are probably pretty amazed how well he played with his Stetson, but you get to go against him in practice. Were you still surprised how well he did, or did you kind of not surprised how he did?
I wasn't surprised. I told him, pre-game speech, I told him, man, you go against the best every day. We feel like we have one of the best secondaries in the country. And the way you rip us apart, sometimes in practice, do good against us in scrimmages, we know you can do it against anyone in the nation. So it wasn't a surprise.
Marcus, talk about coming off the edge on some of those sets.
That was something that Coach Pruitt, emphasized on this offseason. He said I was too much of a player with explosion, not to come off the edge and try to make those kind of plays, and that's what this defense expect me to do. And I was pretty successful with some of the guys, doing their job, allowing me to come off free, and it was successful.
How did it feel for you guys playing this new defense out there?
It felt great. We still left a lot of things out there on the table, but we adjusted well and we did pretty good. It's excited to play this new defense, very aggressive, and as you see, we came out here and had a nice couple of turnovers, and that was a great feeling for the defense.
Speaking of which, how important was Jalen's interception? At that point, I think they were up 7-0 and driving, and for him to make that play in his first game.
It was very important. It's funny you asked that because he was very nervous at the beginning of the game, and I told him, man, hey, it's just like high school. You go against Kevin Benjamin, Rashard Green, 2 NFL receivers every day, Kenny Shaw. And to get out here, they have a couple of good receivers, but if you can do it against those guys, you can do it out here. And he kind of took a deep breath, and it was an interception next drive.
What were the adjustments you guys made after that first drive?
It's just the emotions. A few technique mistakes, I think. A lot of guys, just those guys, they at home, first game, new to the ACC. Those guys came out and punched us in the mouth. I believe we just settled down and we read our keys and we did our jobs.
Pitt's first game in the ACC, how do they compare to the other ACC teams? Do they fit in?
Oh, they definitely fit in because as you see, those guys are physical. It definitely was a dogfight. I mean, scoreboard sometimes don't always determine, how the game is played. Those guys are very physical and they'll do pretty well in this league.
You got a couple of decent receivers you guys did a pretty good job against. How would you compare Street and even the freshman Boyd against guys who played?
Street was a pretty good guy. We knew watching film on him that he was a guy that was going to get his. I mean, you got to respect the guy. He's a great player, NFL receiver in my opinion. And he had a few good catches on us tonight, and we expected that. But we did our best to hold him down, and we was pretty successful.
Is it good in a way for them to come out and have the drive that they did first to kind of hit you guys in the mouth a little bit and have to respond?
It was pretty good. It was definitely good, but Coach Fisher kind of dawned on that you always want to throw the first punch. So we felt kind of disappointed that we let those guys throw the first point, but it also humbled us and let us know, hey, these guys can play some football, so you better get yourself together, and that's what we was able to do.
Did you guys as a group feel like you were able to play out there? Was there still some thinking because it is a new system and you're getting out there for the first time?
I believe there still was a little bit of thinking, like Coach Fisher said, like Coach Pruitt said, our defensive coordinator. A lot of things we left out there on the table, and a lot of things we're going to watch film to get better at so we can make correct the mistakes. And there's a lot of mistakes, a lot of mental errors, a lot of guys still thinking, still a little doubt out there, but fortunate, we was fortunate enough to get the job done and hold those guys to that score.
For a first game, how do you feel that you guys did overall? I know you played a lot of different guys, a lot of freshmen, new scheme.
I feel we did pretty well, especially with Pitt, first time coming to the ACC, and we represented the ACC well tonight. We normally open up against lesser opponents, D2, D1 AA's, and nice D1 program we opened up with, and I think we did pretty well for the first game.
Do you feel like